Yo, what's going on? We back. This is Rapology, your favorite rapper's favorite podcast. I'm your host, Maurice.
This is your girl, DJ Sai City.
All right, so check this out. Welcome back. This is episode number 11. Who is running hip hop in 2025? So I'm gonna kick it off and I'm gonna go and give my opinion on the topic at hand. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. To kick it off real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and say I think the underground artist is running hip hop in 2025. So, and when I mean by the underground, I don't want to say underground because I don't think it's no such thing as underground anymore. Would you agree? Yeah, since the advent of the internet and social media and YouTube,
Yeah.
everybody could just upload their shit. So I don't want to use the term underground, but is what it
Nah,
is.
I think it's still underground because like the essence of underground is really like it's a world of the unknown. So to me, I
Okay.
think it's still a bunch of artists out there who are not getting shined, even like on the blogs and like stuff like that. That's putting
Okay.
out fire music that's not at the level of like Kendrick or Drake or anything like that, but they
Right.
putting out consistent music, and a lot of people don't know them.
That's
Like I
true.
think one of the things, being a DJ, like I go through music every week,
Right.
and a lot of people do not know.
Yeah, it's a lot of
They don't know. A lot of people don't know. They just know the mainstream. So I definitely think it's still like an underground world for sure.
underground hip hop
Definitely.
scene. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Outside of Kendrick, the main players, who is really running hip hop right now? Because
But like,
who's
I think
keeping hip
that's an
hop?
interesting question because it's like, who's running? Like, I don't even know if we can't even ask that question anymore because it's just like nobody's running nothing. Like, nobody is like to me a landslide like running anything.
Outside of Kendrick, it's like it's Kendrick and it's everybody else right now. Drake is quiet. Drake is quiet on the hip hop scene right
No,
now.
don't do that. No, kids.
J. Cole, J. Cole quiet. People still waiting on ASAP Rocky to drop. There's a lot of guys like I guess you could quote unquote say that's mainstream. It's kind of quiet on the tip. I know the clips just dropped. Would you consider them mainstream? I think Pusha T is borderline mainstream. They got that cocaine rhyme, but they just dropped the new single last night at midnight. I don't know if you heard it. Yeah. Ace
Oh my
Trumpet. That's
gosh,
fire.
it did exactly what I needed it to do.
Exactly.
They got an album that announced coming out.
Yeah.
In July.
Yeah, let God sort them out. So
yes, which is such a fun. Like what? Okay, we can get into it. Yeah, that's such a fire album name.
Yeah, I love that name. I love that name. The Clips, their first album in like 15 years. Pusha T, No Malice, as he's called now. I think they bodied the song for real on the production. I'm just excited to hear from them guys, and I wouldn't consider them mainstream rappers. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you had to ask me, I think the lesser known artists or the underground artists is running things like in 2025. And just last week, over the last like week or two, Joey Badass and him going at the whole West
versus
Coast.
The West Coast.
Yeah, like these guys is keeping hip hop like fresh and exciting right now. Like week or two before that, the Ab Soul and Joey Badass again and Big Sean Red Bull freestyle that they had social media going crazy about. So that's what I say. Outside of Kendrick, like I think these guys, hip hop isn't.
So maybe that answers the question. Maybe that answers the question. Like maybe Kendrick is running hip hop, which is not a bad
it's not a bad thing.
To say, considering the last 2 years of a run he's had. He's on tour.
He's
on tour, like killing it with the singles, running GNX up.
He's having a big
Although Drake did become the first rapper, or is it a rapper or artist with the most? All right,
I think artist.
Diamond.
I think artists with the most diamonds and stuff. Yeah. So shout out to him, but he's not dropping no hip hop lately though. But like I said, my guys, Larry June, like those guys, like they keeping hip hop is in a good state right now. I think if you're a hip hop fan, if you're willing to open up
find what you're looking for.
Yeah, you can find what you're looking for in hip hop right now.
Every week records come out that is like this is why I say like underground is still a thing, because every week records come out that I guarantee you half the people don't really subscribe to and listen to. Like, who drivers like 38 Special Drop and like Shady Ward got a new project coming out. Shout out to Shay for running. So to me, like she's underground. Like she's an underground artist that's really killing it. And yeah, you got a lot. Because Rayvon dropped the project this year.
Yeah, that was dope. I was gonna mention that.
From West Side, G Perico. Like, I don't even think people listened to him when he did something with DJ Drama like a couple months ago. So there's definitely a lot of artists who are dropping that people are not talking about. Like, and I feel like that's our job.
Exactly. Yeah, to piggyback off that, like it's been a great year, you know. 2 Chains and what's my name? My man named Larry June and the Alchemist dropped their album, Life is Beautiful. That's the amazing project, by the way. Who else dropped? Like I said, West Side Gun been dropping heat.
Ransom dropped
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Dave
Ransom and
East.
Dave East project dropped this year.
Boldy James, like I
Yeah,
think Boldy James had just released something last week or something, like a couple weeks ago. Like, come
yeah,
on,
exactly.
nobody's talking about these things.
Yeah, and to the listeners out there, if you never heard of none of these people, you definitely missing out because these guys are nice. They are spitters, and it's just a half of who we are mentioning. Like you got to open up, broaden your horizon a little bit. I know we all like the legends, Jay-Z, Nas, and all those guys. You know, they are dope. They are solidified. But you know, because reason why I say that because a lot of people like, man, I don't listen to this new shit, man. I don't listen to these new rappers, man. I still listen to the '90s music. I think you're doing yourself a disservice because we got some heat that's still out here. You know, the whole Griselda family that's been on the scene now for what the last 6-7 years now, putting out consistent heat. You know, shout out to Benny Butcher, Way the Machine, Side Gun. These guys are active, you know. And what's my man name from Griselda? Rome Streets as well.
Exactly. Rome
Yeah,
got
these guys.
some coming out with Conductor.
Yeah. Yeah,
If it didn't
conductor.
come out
Yeah,
today,
exactly. They dropped the project. So these guys are active, man. They putting in that work. And I think these guys got hip hop is definitely in good hands with these guys. Cause the mainstream hip hop, I'm just gonna say,
who
man.
is mainstream? Like who's even who?
That's what I'm saying.
We brought this up. I was like, yo, who?
Who in mainstream hip hop right now is really making a dent? Like I said, outside of Kendrick, Cole haven't dropped nothing yet.
No Kip.
You know, I guess Drake, you could say him, but he haven't really dropped a hip hop project.
Hey, you want to keep saying that Drake is not hip hop?
I mean, because he dropped that. He did drop a project.
In the comments agreeing.
Yeah. He dropped the project. Was the only sexy songs for you or something like that with
trash. I didn't hear it.
Yeah. So that came and went back in February. So yeah, but like I said, other than that,
that wasn't really a hip hop project. Yeah, that was with parties.
Right. Yeah. Party next door.
No, it's like, what do you call Drake? Honestly,
I think Drake is a great cross. He's a great mix between mainstream pop and rap. You know, he could do both, you know. But I heard there's a rumor that he might be dropping something this year, hopefully. You know, I like Drake as a rapper, so hopefully we get something from him. Hopefully Cole finally drops his album that is long awaited. He's been talking about the last couple of years, the fall off. So
but I get in that.
Yeah. Maybe not this year.
This year. I'm not gonna say we're never gonna get it because I wouldn't be that pessimistic about it, but we're not.
Right. You don't think we're getting it?
Drop Might Delete later.
That was a dope project, though. That was a dope project. Might delete that. It just got overshadowed by the beef when he dissed Kendrick back and deleted it. That kind of, kind of killed the steam of that project. It was a dope project that J. Cole did.
It was. Actually, I might have to go back. And every time we talk, I'm like, I gotta go back.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that definitely was a great project. I mean, honestly, I would say, like, okay, so mainstream at this point, J. Cole, it's crazy. He used to be underground at one point. Now he's definitely mainstream.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely I would say, mainstream artist.
I definitely think that he's in conversation, even though people killed him, like you said, for taking the song off and the apology and all the, rigmarole with with his show that time. But I don't know, like he's still top tier. I mean, when we think about like lyricism, we think about delivery, growth as an artist, a consistent fan base. Like the thing I love about Cole is that he takes his time. He goes on a run, he takes his time, and he drops some fire shit. So I appreciate that about Cole, and I definitely would say like between him, Future. All right, so let's get into it.
Oh yeah, Future, another mainstream artist.
Yeah, so let's talk about it, right? Because I feel like we give a lot of credit to like the West Coast and the East Coast, but like let's talk about the South for a second because we're not gonna act like Boss Man D-Lo ain't been putting it on.
Okay,
and like
that's another guy.
And like Big X the Plug, great, phenomenal. I think Southern artists, like I think that because the South is not as lyrical miracle and like I don't know. I just feel like the South don't get the credit, especially in hip hop today.
You still don't think the South get their credit? After all this time, Atlanta and stuff, you still don't think so?
Nah, no.
I think as far as lyricism is concerned, I still think people don't really respect the South outside of a few people like J. Cole or Lil Wayne or Scarface, Andre 3000, Outkast, and people like that. But outside of that, yeah, you're right. A lot of people overlook
they don't because I think I think hip hop as a community, we look at like Southerners like they just make dance hits or something like that. Like
Yeah.
they just, like Glorilla, for example. Like they just for the club. But at the same time, it's like, no, they be putting out, they be having some fire. Like I think I was listening to this guy, I think a Mexican dude. His name was like that Mexican OT or something. I think he's from
Oh yeah, I heard of him.
I don't know where he's from, like Texas or something, or somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere. But I was like, okay, this is different. Maxo Cream, like thinking about all these artists that are from the South that is like Big Crit. I think
Oh yeah.
again, talk about the South that don't really get that credit. Like Big Crit never got the credit. He definitely deserves to be in the conversation of a Cole, of a Kendrick, but they don't.
Lyrically
What I'm
wise,
saying?
that's Big Crit.
Yeah,
That
lyrically
nigga, that
wise,
nigga
and they're in
nice.
the same class. Like when you think about like the times in the era of like J. Cole and
Yeah, he
Big
from the era.
Sean, and like he's in the era, but
Yeah.
Crit is never mentioned, in these conversations. But I definitely think when it comes to like what's hot in the streets, the South.
Oh yeah.
People like I think people bumping the Boss Man D Love, Big X the Plug, they on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like these guys are really keeping hip hop afloat and keeping it running. Like I was shocked, like how my man Joey Badass was just taking on the whole West Coast, man. Like he was holding his own. Like I listened to Joey. Don't get me wrong. I always thought he was nice, but I never thought he had that in him, man. He was calling out Kendrick, which I don't think he would ever get a response from K Dot. But he want that smoke. Kendrick ain't gonna give it to him. But I'm like, yeah, this nigga like he bringing that heat. Like Joey Badass want that smoke, and he held his own. Like I can't even lie to anybody, man. Joey Badass put that pressure on them boys, man. And Reason, he jumped in it as well. Used to be on TDE. He dropped the project as well this year.
Mm-hmm.
So like we were saying, these guys are really keeping hip hop exciting, like keeping it going. Like if you guys ain't listening to some of these projects and some of these dudes, and like I was telling Sal, I think our next episode we're gonna rank some of the best hip hop albums that came out so far this year, like halfway through the year, so far 2025. But it's just an amazing time to be a hip hop fan. I think we're in good hands. West Side Gun, you never know when he gonna drop something. And
like if you think about like regionally, right? Like on the on the East Coast, you got Gazelle doing what they do. You got Conway, you got Boulder, you got Benny, you got West, you got all the niggas that's doing what they do, and Joey. Which we can get back into the Joey thing because I'm curious to know why he even did that. But then again, on the West Coast, you got TDE, Kendrick, you got Rayvon, you got you got the whole Reason problem, right? Absol in the South, like I said, you got the biggest play, you got the Boss Man D-Lo, you got the women. A lot of women rappers that come from the South too. So there is something for everybody. Like that's what I can't say because people be like, "Oh, the music today is whack." Da 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 da.
Yeah,
like,
a lot of people say that.
Not paying attention.
Not paying attention.
Like literally, Wu-Tang and like Mathematics had a drop something with Benny and Method Man, like, and a couple of like, come on, man, in 2025, right? You know what I'm saying? So if you a hip hop fan, you got that. There's so much stuff you can really pull from.
Yeah,
so it's kind of
that's
hard
what
to
I'm
be
saying.
like.
I was looking at some of this stuff. Like it's crazy. Like it's a good time to be a hip hop fan. I don't think we have to worry about the culture as a whole. We in good hands. And don't get me wrong, these guys, I don't think they would ever do big numbers. Like it's not like it's like pure hip hop at its purest form. Like we still get that from some of these guys. Like you're not gonna worry about. They're not gonna do big streaming numbers. They're not gonna go on tour and sell out arena tour like Kendrick is on. Like they got their own niche fan base. They sell their numbers, they sell their merch, the vinyl and all that kind of stuff. And they good with that. Like they never gonna headline a Super Bowl. Like their music is too niche, it's too street, so you're never gonna worry about that. But you got to go dig them out and find them. So like I said, these guys are nice, man. I like big up to them. And another artist, Key Glock, as well.
Exactly.
With man, rest in peace, Young Dolph.
Yeah,
he dropped the project as well. Glockavelli, I think.
I was listening. Super dope project. JID, can't forget JID.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Lyrically from the West Coast. So yeah, it's a lot out here. But that's what makes it hard to answer the question of like who's running hip hop like at this point. Because I think about Imperial Sports, like it's only a handful of like real superstars right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Again, it's like who 5?
Yeah.
Like if I really think about it, it's Kendrick, Drake, Cole.
I guess you could say Travis. Feature
Travis.
Travis. What would you put? What's my man name? Damn, what's his name? Damn, what's his name? Damn, I forgot my man name. He from the West Coast too. Damn, I forgot his name. It'll come to me.
Okay.
He's a big artist. He dropped last year too as well. Tyler the Creator. Yeah, what
Yes,
would you put?
man.
How would
Listen,
you? He's dope as well.
out of this world.
But I think he'll fall on the mainstream though. When you think he's more of a mainstream artist right now?
Yeah, I think so, and I think superstar status. I think quiet as this cat. Doechii is low key kind of running like her own little lane.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She's in her own lane right now. She's definitely mainstream now though. She's everywhere. Like she's the next one.
Yeah.
She's definitely.
Yeah. Oh, it's just but star quality, like the star.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's not as much of that as it used to be like back in the day. I sound old as hell, so I'm excited. But I feel like it's just, everybody just kind of dispersed because, like you said, the internet, you find what you're looking for. Everybody has their niche, and it's like, all right, cool. Like, that's kind of where we sit. And I'm cool with that because I'm just like, as long as I can find the music that that I love, it's like, hey,
Yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that. Like I said, the music is out there. These guys are out there. I hope you guys are, staying tuned, like pure hip hop fans, hip hop heads out there. Like you missing out on a lot of good, dope shit, outside of the norm that you know. And like I said, to answer the question, I think it's easy for me. I think it's the other guys. I think the mainstream rappers is really not doing it right now for everybody. It's kind of quiet. It's like when Kendrick came in and quote unquote took Drake out, it's like everybody Kendrick just took it and ran with it. It's like Kendrick and everybody else far as mainstream is.
That's really what it is.
That's what it seemed like. Now he's on his victory lap now.
Right. Kendrick is having his moment. And so my answer to who's running hip hop right now is Kendrick Lamar. That's my answer.
Well, yeah, Kendrick definitely. He's running hip hop.
Kendrick versus everybody.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. He's keeping it alive, keeping it exciting as far as like the big boys are concerned. But like I said, is another play at hands, another, I guess you call it, I guess you call them mid-level artists. Would you consider mid-level or
like Joey?
Yeah, they're not superstars, they're not underground, they just kind of somewhere in the middle,
Yeah.
I guess you could call them, somewhere in the middle of the pack.
Running, but I'm not run. I mean, again, I don't know who's running what. Like, there's nothing to run.
I know it's kind of like hip hop.
It's like everything is so.
It's up for grabs right now. Yeah, it's up for grabs. Outside of Kendrick, of course.
Well, then that's the answer. If it's everything outside of Kendrick, then Kendrick is the answer.
Yeah. I guess you could say Kendrick is the answer, but like I said, those dudes, the West Side Guns of the world, my man Freddie Gibbs, can't forget about Freddie Gibbs as well.
Is he mainstream at this point? The man has a Grammy, so
does that make him mainstream? You think Freddie? That's a good. I still won't consider him
mainstream, or is Rhapsody considered?
Damn, that's a good question. Because if you got a Grammy, that means you kind of recognize on the commercial level.
Right? No. Anybody who has a Grammy is not on a Grammy.
Nah, you can't be. That don't make sense. I guess with the definition of underground, that wouldn't make sense, right? So I guess you couldn't technically call them that. But I still think I still want to put my man Freddie in the mainstream. I wouldn't call him a superstar. Nigga nice, he's dope. Alfredo celebrated 5 years yesterday as well. That classic. Yeah, Freddie Gibbs, 5-year anniversary on yesterday, May 29th. So yeah, that was dope. The Alchemist, dope album, dope project, classic in my opinion. And that's what he was nominated for the Grammy for, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
He didn't win, but yeah.
Yeah, so Freddie, like I said, Freddie is putting out heat constantly, nice, dope. The whole Griselda team, that's what they do. Like I said, Ravon, his project dropped the mixtape. What is it called? It's pretty dope too. I forgot the name of it. Let me see.
The latest from Freddie?
Ravon. The good.
It's like $1.
Yeah, the good, the bad, the dollar menu. Yeah. So that was a dope project. I thought it was an album, but they classify it as a mixtape. So,
what's the mixtape again? What are the terms that we used to use? Like, I feel like, in the early 2000s, who's running hip hop and like 5 mics? I don't even know.
Yeah, that.
Or like who has, or like 5 mic albums? Because what's the mixtape versus the album these days? I don't even know.
Yeah, the definition definitely has changed. It's a different criteria now.
Yeah, it's like you got 10 to 12 songs on a project at this point, unless it's now if you wrapping up a whole bunch of everybody else's beats, then I definitely would say that's a mixtape.
Yeah,
that's like Lil Wayne type vibes. But if it's just you brand new music, nobody's ever heard this shit before, bro, that's the album. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was classifying. And speaking of Lil Wayne, can't forget about him as mainstream. He's dropping
for
next
sure,
month.
for sure.
The Carter Six. So
yeah, Carter
looking
6.
forward to that.
I'm very interested to hear what that's gonna be like. I think that Lil Wayne deserves like a mature album, similar to like the Nas, and how he had his run, and then Jay-Z with the 444. I want to hear that emotional, not emotional Lil Wayne record, but like the mature, like
Yeah, I know.
you know what I'm saying, like that grown man Wayne in a way.
That's what they criticize Lil Wayne for the lack of growth in his music. Some people say he still, got, he never really, really involved as far as like hip hop.
That's what they say about Drake too. So
yeah, both of them are criticized for that as well. So we'll see. Hopefully, the Carter Six, some heat. But I already got my candidate for album of the year. That Clips, that guy, sort them out. I'm already calling that a classic. I just got a feeling.
Hold on, you can't just call it a classic.
I'm gonna call it a classic right now. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna go ahead and call the Clips, Let God Sort Them Out. It's gonna be a certified classic, dropping July 11. Remember, I said that it's gonna be a classic. I just got that feeling. The boys don't miss. Clips don't miss now.
All right, y'all in the comments, y'all know if y'all have watched previous episodes, then y'all know we had just talked about what is the definition of a classic.
Yeah.
Was the ultimate factor of what is a classic.
Right.
You gotta let it breathe. You gotta let it drop. Like you gotta let time do its thing.
But can't something be an instant classic?
Is Daytona a classic? And do we say if Daytona was a classic? Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna say it's a classic. It's an underground classic. It's not that. I think it's a different tier. I think it's now I'm sounding hypocritical because in the episode I didn't say that. So now I can't give it a classic. Illmatic and those albums like that are so yeah. But I still think Clips got a classic.
You can say it could be album of the year for sure. Like
I definitely think they're gonna have album of the year. I'm calling.
Yeah, because who else?
Unless J. Cole dropped something or Kendrick dropped another album, which I highly doubt that's not happening, or some other guys can come out with something. We never know. Oh yeah, can't forget about my man Jid. Ain't that's how you say his name? Jid. Yeah, that nigga nice too. Yeah, that nigga nice too. I heard he's supposed to be dropping a new album this year as well.
Yeah,
I think in July, August. That nigga fire too. So that's what I'm saying. Like these
a lot of artists out here.
A lot of artists out here, man. I hope y'all are paying attention. And that's our job here at Rapology, to bring y'all that heat, bring you some of the lesser known artists. I guess that's a good way to say the lesser known hip hop artists,
Yeah.
So
because they see list or whatever. But let us know in the comments, like who y'all listening to that y'all think that we should highlight as far as like the I don't want to say new school, but the slept on, the B-side. Like the B-side artists that everybody not really necessarily put on yet, but they fire. Let us know in the comments.
Right, yeah, definitely let us know. But yeah, but like I said though, you just want to come to you guys real quick and talk about, have a quick discussion on who's running hip hop in 2025. Is it the mainstream or is it the lesser known underground hip hop artists? I think it's the underground guys. The lesser known guys are killing it right now. They're keeping hip hop fresh. They're keeping it exciting. They're making it rounds. You just got to listen to it, check them out. And yeah, that's just my opinion on it. What else? Do you have anything else you want to say before we close the episode out?
So here's my opinion. I think Kendrick is running hip hop right now.
Oh yeah.
I can't give it to the whole mainstream crew, but I'm gonna say Kendrick.
It's Kendrick and everybody else.
Yeah, it's Kendrick versus everybody else at this point.
I can't argue with that. Okay, that's good. And Jim Jones dropped a nice project. It's too earlier this year. Shout out to Jim.
Word, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, Jim Jones dropped a nice project as well. So yeah, but like I said,
next time we're gonna talk about
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about some of the top albums of this year, and I know there's a lot of artists that we didn't name. So if you know some other lesser known artists, slept on artists, let us know in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, once again, this is Rapology, your favorite rapper's favorite podcast. I'm your boy Maurice.
I'm your girl DJ Sai City.
All right, signing off. We'll catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.